Hey everybody, it is mid-afternoon on Monday, July 14th, and I walked out of my house. On my doorstep I saw a package that came from the Common Creative store. I haven't it opened up, but this is the hat that I ordered a little while ago on the website. So it is the 14th, means it's only taken a few days to get here. When I first got the place the order, it said it would take up to the 18th, so that was even quicker than I was anticipating, which is great. So we're going to open it up. We'll check out the hat here in just a minute, but just want to let you know it arrived. It's real. It's happening. So Common Creative Store delivers. There you go. All right, guys, we're back, and I brought the package inside. We're going to do a little unboxing here. Again, this is a test order we did for the Common Creative Store. If you remember, a few days ago, last week, in fact, I ordered a hat from the store. Wanted to check it out, seeing how fast it would take to get to my door from the order. Today is the 14th. I think I ordered it last Wednesday, so it's been, I don't know, 3-4 days, which is awesome. That's great. Originally, it was telling me it was going to be the 18th, which was a long time out, but it's no overnight shipping, but our good friends at the USPS got this here to me. So let's go ahead and open this thing up. You can see the little logo on the top, which is cool to see. Common Creative Store. And let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. I'm going to try to do this one-handed here, see how quick I can do it. So let's see what we get here. No, you guys can't see anything real quick. Give me a second here. I'm going to cut the box, get this guy opened. Little packaging slip in there, cool. Okay, cool, little packaging slip. I'm not going to show it to you because it does have some shipping information on there. I'm not going to want to put on the internet, but it does say it shipped on July 9th, and today is the 14th. So from the 9th to the 14th, I placed the order on the 8th. So placed the order on the 8th, got out on the 9th, so took one day to make it, and got to me by the 14th. So not too shabby. I got the mesh backing hat. Let's take a look. Whoa! Look at that. It's a good looking hat. So it is embossed, right? So there's the stitch. It's not printed, it is stitched. So pretty cool. It is the mesh back trucker hat. So we're going to get it adjusted on and then we'll put it on. So stay tuned for future videos with me sporting this bad boy. There you go. It's nice, good quality, nice, good durable hat, and I can wear this around town. And our friends over at Printful delivered for us. That was pretty quick delivery. So, all right, guys, pretty awesome. Get the gear that gets you gigs. Common Creatives. All right. Until next time. Bye. Good morning. Today is July 15th, 2025. It is in week 3, so welcome to week 3. It's a beautiful day today. The dog days of summer have started, and still a beautiful morning out today. I got to keep this pretty short today. My normal 9 to 5 is asked me to start at 8 today, so I've got a few minutes here that I'm going to talk you through a few things that are going on.
for Common Creatives, and but I got to start an earlier day today for the we'll call it the 8 to 5 today. It's just for today, which is good, but some earlier things that needed to start on. So I've got an 8 to 5 today. Um, let's see. So week 3, yeah, it technically started yesterday. Did some of those videos of the new hat that just got here. Right, I'm sporting it today. Check it out. It's got my little puff ball on the top. Um, Pretty slick. Look at that. Nice little hat's good quality. Came from the store. Little mesh back. Oh, lost my microphone. And gives me a little clip right there. So I'm pretty excited about it. It came yesterday. Got the unboxing yesterday. So thanks for coming along for seeing that. Came pretty quick. I ordered it I think the Wednesday prior and got there Monday yesterday. So pretty quick. That was what I was testing. I was doing end-to-end test. Now that I got the product, feel like I'm feeling pretty confident that the store's ready to go and that products can be sent out, which is exciting. So those are ready to go, and looking forward to that, having those ready to go. So if you're looking for a new mesh back hat or any other Common Creatives gear and you're watching this, head on over, get yourself some gear that gets you gigs. Let's see. I still have to do some other end-to-end tests for the site. I'm going to get the still got to make sure all the job board posting stuff is working okay. It seems like all the error messages have cleared out. Got that running with a good email server, as I mentioned last week. But I just want to make sure that's all going. I've been working with the Venmo team, trying to clear up my Venmo account. If I can't get it cleared out, I might just create a different one and use a different name. So, or just keep rolling with PayPal. So, for those who are wanting to help with that goal, if you're watching this, head on over to the About page and check out the donate with PayPal option that is currently there. And maybe by the time these videos post. Hey, good morning, everybody. Today is July 15th, 2025. I'm going to keep this really short. I just did my walk and realized I didn't start recording. So I've actually got to get back real quick. It's about 7:20 right now. I have to start my 9 to 5 at 8 today. So today's an 8 to 5. So I'm going to keep this really short and sweet. Give you a little update progress. You'll see him sporting the new hat with the mesh back. It's the Common Creatives hat. So really excited about that. As I saw on the video just a minute ago, that was delivered to my doorstep yesterday. I delivered it Wednesday, or I ordered it Wednesday. It showed up on Monday, so not overnight, but still fast. So pretty excited about that. We're walking into week 3, so week 3 is just starting for us. Pretty excited about that. This week in week 3 is now that the end-to-end test for the store is all set up. I'm going to do some more end-to-end tests for the rest of the site, make sure job board and job postings was working great. I've already tested creating the account, so the account creation is already working great. So the most of this week is going to be getting these videos compiled. I want to have 3 or 4 videos posted on YouTube. All right, keep it going here. It looks like every time I have an alert on my phone, it turns off my video. So going back here. So here we are back again. We're going to get the videos put together. I want to have 3 or 4 videos posted on YouTube when we launch this. Right now we're going into week 3. So week 3 is going to be about getting ready to launch the YouTube series and make sure the site's ready to go. Venmo continues to be kind of an issue. I'm trying to work that out. Trying to get PayPal. PayPal's ready to go, is on the site right now, but trying to get Venmo ready to go, make that an option. And let's see. So getting the videos put together and putting together an email campaign. So I use MailChimp. MailChimp is just a way to deliver emails. Pretty slick solution. I've been using them for a while. So I'm going to be putting together an email campaign to launch this as well. So I'll be working that out this week. Yeah, got to keep it kind of short today. But welcome to week 3. Technically, we started off with the door delivery yesterday. Super excited about it. And yeah, here we go, week 3. Okay, we'll see you guys. All right, guys. It is July 15th, about 10:41. I just got the kids in bed and got some good updates that have happened. I want to show you those. So over here on my left, I've got Asana open, and I've been doing my end-to-end testing. I've been talking about in the videos in the morning. Those things that I've been testing out, right? Set up an account on CC, that's working correct. Make a purchase on the store, that's working well. Like as you saw on a previous video, got my Common Creatives hat that just arrived, so that's looking good. There was a fixed email confirmation bug. Getstore sending emails again. I showed you that I think in a previous video as well. So that is working the way we want. So we've got email servers firing on all cylinders, which is great. Tonight I had 2 other successful tests that I'll show you that, which was test the job board form. So I got the email server running for that one, and then send a message to another CC member. Email is sent to inform them. So I haven't talked about this in a previous video, but there is a feature on the site where each member on the Common Creative, the social working network, they can send each other messages. This might be helpful for like if you're trying to find out if somebody's available, have a chat with them about a job perspective, or just chatting with them about whatever. There is a messaging capability on the site, and so I'll show you that that's working as well. I mentioned in a previous video, have family members make an order on the store. And then the other one is I'm actually going to do an order and return an item to the store. So that's a true end-to-end test, right? Place an order, have it get to me, and then do a return, and just see the process of doing that. Make sure that all works correctly and people can do a good return if needed. So I'm hoping that people don't have to return items, but it'd be good to test it out, especially because as I mentioned in a previous video, I'm using a third-party business partner called Printful, who handles all of the orders and shipping and some shipping. And so it'd be good to see the process that I have to do a return and how that process looks. So a true end-to-end test for that is coming up soon. So that's why I added that little list item in my end-to-end testing Asana board. There we go. So I'm going to pause the video while I fill out this form, and then I'll be right back here to show you that it's submitted. Here is the form real quick. As I mentioned in previous videos, we are making it free for a limited time. And so it's a quick form. You fill out name, general business information, job posting, information about it, and then there's a submission. Also, one thing I did tonight too that's kind of helped all this is I've updated Google's reCAPTCHA tool. So this just helps with spam. You've probably seen them on websites before. It's this little "I'm not a robot" kind of tick mark. What that does is it blocks out spammers. So there's bots that go across the internet that find forms like this, and then they just fill it in with junk information and submit it and just overwhelm your email servers. Why people do this, I don't know. They've got nothing better to do, I guess. But Google has this way of protecting your site. Again, you've probably seen these forever, and these are
not the most elegant solution. There's other ways to do this, but to get this out here, I'm going this route. So it requires people to do that. So I got that actually running tonight as well. I'm going to put it on other parts of the site, like the registration form, which is another thing that you'll see here is that ticket right there in my in progress, which is update Google reCAPTCHA on registration page. So right now it's doing a version of it, but it's not filtering it as good as well as I'd like. I'm getting some spam fake registrations going on, and so I'm going to try to filter out those better. So that will be an upcoming video here. I'll probably talk about that a little bit more tomorrow morning in my regular walk. But anyways, I'm going to pause the video, get the form all ready to go, and then I'll submit it and show you that it arrived in my email. So stay tuned. Okay, I'm back. Here you go. You see the web form. Got it all filled out except for the top name. We'll call this Jenny. And Jenny is J testing at test.com. Okay, and the rest of it is all filled out. Again, this form is going to be for those who are a business looking to get freelance help, freelance pros. Fill out basic information about it, and then submit it. And we got to go through this here. Let it do its thing. Okay, let's try that again. All right, guys, I'm back. Got the form submitted. A little hiccup there. Had a got to go through that reCAPTCHA stuff real quick and get that submitted. So I had to check all the things that ask you, like match a box to every time a vehicle is on screen. So I did that. Just didn't record that piece, but got that done. And you can see that the job listing was sent, and that's what the individual will see on their end on the business side. So if I come over here, I've got my emails. An email came in from the site, and you can see it's got Jenny. They're asking for testing co. And so this just sends me a web form. It comes directly to me. It covers all the description in there. And most importantly, it's got their email, so I can keep the conversation going, make sure that we get all the details right. Once we have that done, I then will come and post that on our job posting boards, which in a previous video I mentioned I cleaned out all the old ones. We don't currently have any right now, but that's where, for anybody who's watching this video, it is free for a limited time. I won't be charging to post these. In the past, I had been charging $149 for a sponsored post, and then $100 for just a regular post. But for this time right now that we're doing this, we are doing it for free so that we can get as many job boards posting for people in the community. Right now, we're just more focused about getting people lined up with opportunity. So if you're a business watching this and you want to get noticed right away, send me that form and we'll get you going. But so big and excited for me that I was able to get. I'm really excited that we can get that worked out. The email sending in there was getting a hiccup there, and glad to see that the site is running with that and ready to go. So that was a big fix there. I'm going to show you one other feature real quick that we got fixed because of this as well. I mentioned the other email server being fixed on this in here. So there is a capability on the site that people can message one another. So there's it's a messaging platform as well. This would be helpful for, like, if you just want to contact somebody, right? So you're already a CC member, a Common Creative member, and you want to message somebody in the platform about a potential job, or you need a collaborator, right? Maybe you're a designer needing a developer to help you with something, or you're an AI specialist and you need someone to help you with that. So There is a way to private message people on there. You can do it right here from the main list, or once you're in the profile and seeing their profile, there is a private message as well. And so I'm going to show it through there, which opens the web form in here and give it a subject. So we're just going to do this as test, and then put in your message as well, and a test message, and then you just submit it like any other form. All right, so I'm going to submit that. This is to my own personal account, so I did it through here. You can see to get a confirmation the message was sent successfully. And if I come back over to my emails again, you'll see that I got a message from Common Creatives again, and you can see that that email is in fact firing off. So looking good. That's what I want. If you come in here and you go to the discussion, it's then going to take me back over to the site, and you can see the conversation going on here. So this isn't anything too groundbreaking, right? Like there's plenty of messaging platforms out there, but as I mentioned in previous video, my email servers needed to get updated from the migration I did last year. So all of that's ready to go. I'm excited about that. That takes me to close to the end of my end-to-end testing, which is what I wanted to get done before launching all of this. So if you're watching this now, then you know that these videos are live and making progress on it. So next steps is have family make an order on the store. Again, that's going to be over on here, shop.commoncreatives.com. I told my family they can go and pick out something that they want to have in the store, and we'll place an order for them, and we'll do an end-to-end test just so they can have some merch. And I'm going to have them do the end-to-end tests through a couple of different ways. Have them do it on phones and tablets and different browsers and that kind of thing, just looking for any QA issues. And then I'll probably order one more thing for myself and do a return, as I mentioned earlier. I'm going to do a return on an item to the store. And so I have not done that myself. I want to make sure that's a good process. I hope that people don't do returns. I hope that they find the products and love it forever. But I want to make sure they have a good experience if they needed to do that. So I'm going to experience it myself and see how that goes. All right, guys, I think that's the end of the recording for tonight. I'm really excited about those progress. I did fire off another email to the Venmo team. They're trying to track things down. There's been quite a bit of a back and forth on that. They're trying to find the account and get it cleared up. If I can't get it cleared up, I may just create a new one with a different username, which is not the end of the world. I'd love to have @CommonCreatives as the Venmo name, but if I can't get that worked out, then we'll maybe look at another option, or just not use Venmo and use PayPal for donations. But I feel like people are using Venmo quite a bit these days. So yeah, I think I've shown you that, but just to show you one more time to end the video, if you head over to the About section, there's a whole what we believe, why this thing exists, and who we are. Take a read of that, and then go ahead and donate with PayPal, and that's going to allow you to make a contribution. Anything will help. Again, these funds are going to go to renting out the billboards on right in the center of Silicon Slopes, Salt Lake City, Utah, for I want to do it the week of July 4th, 2026. I'd love to do it. I don't know how long they do it for, but that's, again, a video coming up soon where I'm going to be outreaching to them and the conversations I have with them, and so we're looking at a dollar amount of how much I need to raise for it. But that's a goal that I'm working towards. So any contribution that you feel like you'd like to make would be greatly appreciated, and help us towards reaching that goal. So If you feel like you want to help that way in all of this journey with me, I encourage you to do that. And yeah, if not, just keep your viewership is helping. Like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, thank you for joining me on this journey of being an entrepreneur in Salt Lake City, Utah, Silicon Slopes, America, 2025. All right. See you guys. Have a good night.
Good morning. All right, today is July 16th. It's Wednesday, July 16th, 2025. Here we go again. Good morning. Had a successful run last night. Had the video. Had a video last night, as you were just watching a minute ago. Had some great things happen. Got those email servers up and running. That's been plaguing me for a while. And so you saw from the video last night, we got that fixed. It's ready to go. I'm excited for that. That's a big deal. It's something I've been working on for a long time that has kind of been around for the last year. As I mentioned before, it was a problem that really has been since I migrated the site to a new server, new web hosting account that I did about a year ago, as I mentioned earlier videos. And yeah, so I was working on it, got it fixed last night, and that I'm really excited about that. So can move on from that. I mentioned the Venmo stuff. I keep going back and forth with their support team. I'm thinking what I might do is just create a new business account on it. I'll have to use a different name because they're not able to get it resolved. So, which is too bad. Not the end of the world. Just make a new business account. Use that. So, I'm trying to get that today for that. Let's see, other end-to-end tests, as I mentioned, that's coming up. I'm gonna do that with my family. Been having discussions with them of all of this. They haven't seen any of these videos yet, but I'm gonna start working on putting those together. I mentioned this week is the week to start compiling all of these to get ready to put on this on the YouTube channel. So I'm gonna be doing that. That's probably maybe this evening. I'll start working on that too. So some things going on today, being Wednesday. It's right 7 o'clock right now. It's a beautiful morning. So today I've actually got one more meeting with this potential new 9 to 5 at 9 a.m. I've got to meet with them. I did a design challenge. A design challenge is kind of like a take-home challenge they give you when you're applying for a creative design role. They'll often give you a scenario and you have to design a concept around it. And I feel confident and good about what I produced. It's pretty cool. In fact, when I was sending it off to them, my wife asked me, hey, could you actually make this thing a reality? It'd be really helpful. So yeah, that's always a good sign when people are already asking for your design solution. And jokingly, I said, well, maybe I'll raise some funds and go make this mobile app a reality. So just the design challenge itself, it's totally fictional, right? There's no intention to make it. They just want to see that I can deliver. And the design challenge they gave me was to create a mobile or design a mobile app that is for busy families that can schedule their busyness, different meals to make and car pickups and chores to do and just what it's like to be a busy home. And I'm right in the thick of that, so I kind of felt like this is right up my alley of what it feels like to be in that scenario. I've got 5 kids, as I've mentioned, and we are backing in and out of our driveway about 1,000 times a week. And from everything from soccer practice to driving ranges to picking people up for dance to taking them to the grocery store, all of that. As I mentioned, my daughter is about to get her license. So if you're watching this, I'm so freaking proud of you. It's so awesome. So she's worked really hard to get that. It's been a lot of hoops to jump through, and she's been doing it to get her license and progress into the world. So excited for you to have that happen. She's got her road test on Friday of this week. So I'm excited for you to go through that and get that done. She's also got her first job, as I mentioned in an earlier video. She's learning to navigate that. She had to submit some paperwork for that to get all set up, and handled it like a champ. So it's part proud dad moment, seeing her achieve all these things, but also part, I hope I'm teaching her well enough to navigate her adult years coming up. So we still got time. So she's 16, as I mentioned before, and it's just exciting to see her get set up in life and going after things that are hard and good. So that's going on right now. I want to rewind a little bit and talk about some individuals that have impacted my life. I'm going to mention them just because they have been a constant influence on me and the way I think and the type of person I want to be. And so I've tried not to mention too many names in this series. I'm trying not to do that as well, but today I'm going to mention a few. There's 3 individuals I want to talk about because they have been extremely influential in my life and really amazing friends and have helped me through a lot of things, and I don't know if they realize it or not. So if the 3 of you that I'll mention here are watching this, know that you guys are amazing, and I often think about you and your experience and your example to me as I've set out to be the person I want to be and accomplish the things that I want to accomplish. So what made me think about these guys, I think about them often, but I actually just saw 2 of them on Sunday. Excuse me. I mentioned a quick note on about Sundays. So Sundays are days of rest for me. I don't do any work for my 9 to 5, and I'm not doing any work for this guy on Common Creatives or any other business. It's a family day for me. It's a day of rest. I spend time with my family. I go to my local community congregation for church, spend a few hours there. I have an assignment in my congregation to help the congregation, and I spend time doing that in that day. And it's part serving God, and it's part serving other people, my fellow man, and it helps me recharge for the week ahead and feel like I'm following Jesus Christ and his invitation to love one another. So just a quick note on there, you won't see any videos from Sundays. So back to these 3 individuals. On Sunday, I should mention on Saturday night, the previous night, I got a text from one of these individuals. His name is Darren Bradshaw. And Darren, I met him with the second individual mentioned, which his name is Mark Nelson. I met both of them when I was 5 years old. We had just moved into a home in Sandy, and my parents at that time were still married. I mentioned in an earlier video they got divorced. They They were divorced shortly after moving into this home. But we moved into that home in Sandy. I was 5 years old. The year would have been around 1987, 88, somewhere in there. I was born in 83 and it was 5 years from there. So we had just moved in. My family moved around quite a bit when I was younger. I mentioned that in earlier videos. Parents were entrepreneurial, working in real estate, working in different industries. My mother was a school teacher for many years. I mentioned she was for 20 years. She was a school teacher, and just trying to survive, trying to raise a family and do what they needed to do. We had moved into a home in Sandy, and I remember when we moved into that home, my mother, to get me excited about making a move, I remember her telling me that there were a lot of boys my age in that neighborhood, and I'd make all these new friends moving into that neighborhood, and I was so excited about that. I was so excited that there were all these new friends that I was going to make. And we moved into the home, and it took a while before I met anybody. I remember sitting, it's a 2-story house, and sitting at a window, probably spring, summertime, and I wasn't in school, so it must have been summer. And I remember looking out the window, and there was these 2 boys who rode up on their bicycles, and they saw me in the window, and the window was open through the screen. Through the screen, they said, "Hey, are you new? Did you move in?" And I said, "Yes." And they said, "You want to come ride bikes with us?" And I said, "Yeah, absolutely." So I ran outside the house, all excited about making some new friends, and that's when I met Darren Bradshaw and the other individuals, Mark Nilsson. They were a year older than I am. They were 6 at the time. And we just rode our bikes around playing cops and robbers and on our bikes. I couldn't ride a bike very well, so I think they probably caught me pretty easy. But that started a lifelong friendship. For the next, we lived in that house until I was about 5th grade. So from kindergarten to 5th grade, 5 years. I played with them every day, constantly over their house, playing at their homes, and we were just best friends, and did all the things that kids do. We rode bikes, played basketball, played baseball. We always had this dream that we would be able to hit a baseball over across the street. It wasn't a real baseball; we played with tennis balls, but we'd always play it in Darren's front yard. And anyways, so we ended up moving from that home when I was in 5th grade. Went through some of the other challenges I've mentioned in other videos, and they just became lifelong friends. I didn't go to the same junior high today. Our family moved to Riverton, which is across the valley in Salt Lake, and I spent my teenage years in Riverton, Utah, which again is about Salt Lake City area. It's another kind of little suburb, but about 40 minutes from that place. And so in junior high and high school, I didn't see them all too often. Occasionally I would, but as we got older, we all would eventually move away, get married, go through some challenges, and anyways, throughout the years, we've been able to reconnect on occasions and just catch up and see how everyone's doing and talk about life for a little bit. So last Sunday, or Saturday, I got a text from Darren, and he said, "Hey, I am we just had our third child, and we're going to be blessing her at our congregation. So something with the religion I'm in is we believe in giving a baby blessing when they're born. And he texted me and said, "Hey, I'm in town." He actually lives out in Washington. So a little bit more about Darren. He about the time just after I got married, about a year later, he sent me a message saying that he was going to medical school. So his path in life is before he got married, he decided he wanted to become a doctor. He was going to medical school, and he invited me out to go do some hikes with him. We went and did a hike. We hiked to the top of Lone Peak. Lone Peak is a peak of a mountain range right on the Wasatch Valley, right in Salt Lake City. So Salt Lake City, for those who don't know, is in a valley. It's and right at the top of the Rocky Mountains, and there is a peak that is right there, right that overlooks all of Salt Lake City, called Lone Peak. And he had a goal to hike all of the peaks in Utah before going off to medical school. And he called and invited me to do that. At least one of them. I couldn't do all of them. He's in a lot better physical shape than I was. And so said, yeah, I want to do that. Spend some time with him before he went off to medical school. Not sure when he'd come back. And it was a challenging thing. But that I bring that story up because just kind of illustrate the type of person Darren is. He's not. All right, guys, we're back. Had an alarm go off on my phone. When that happens, it stops the recording. So if there's a little jump there, that's because I had to start her back up. All right, so Darren invited me to go on this hike. We did it in 2 days. We hiked to the top of Lone Peak and stood on top of this. It's about the top of there. There's a rock that's about the size of a dinner table, and it's got sheer cliffs all around the sides. To get to the very top, you have to do some bouldering. It's kind of precarious. And we stood on top of that mountain and looked over all of Lone Peak, and that was an experience I wouldn't have done without his invitation and his motivation. And as I mentioned, he went on, I think the rest of that few weeks, he went on to hike all of the major peaks in Salt Lake City, Utah, before going off to medical school. So that was about 20 years ago. That was right before a lot of this stuff for me started happening. And he went off to medical school and did great. He ended up doing some more specialty, and he's now living in Washington. He got married. He's got 3 kids, and just blessed his most recent child, and had sent a message to Mark and myself Saturday night saying, I'm in town, I'm with my family here in Sandy, and I know it's last minute, but if you guys are available, I'd love to see you and come be a part of this. Both Mark and I had not seen him in probably 5 years or more, and we said, absolutely, I'd love to be there. So I tell you all this because close friends are hard to come by, especially as an adult. And even though I haven't seen both these individuals for years and years and years, the most communication we've had is about once a year. We send each other a text around New Year's, and just say, hey, thinking of you, hope life's going well for you, and hi. So I I don't have other close friends that I do that with, other than these two guys, and I don't see them often. But it's kind of like when we see each other, we're just friends again, just like we were growing up. And so I bring this up too, just to talk about that individual, Darren. If you're watching this, you've been inspirational to me and the things that you've accomplished in your life. Hard things, right? It's not easy to hike a mountain in a day at the top of it. It's not easy to go do the rest of them. You probably did the whole week, to be honest, and then go off to medical school and become a doctor and become a father and raise a family and do all that you're doing. And so when I think about what I'm trying to do in my life, and I'm like, oh, that's gonna be tough. I think about those experiences. I think about you, and I think about how you just go after it, and that's been inspirational for me. Again, when we hiked that mountain at Lone Peak, here I'm actually walking past it. I'm gonna do a little twirl here. Sorry if it's do it slow. There's a beautiful kind of little wheat field or right by my house that I walked past. Let's see if I can get it in my back right hand side. So it's actually this mountain right here. That's the one that we hiked. That's Lone Peak. Doesn't look too impressive right here in the video, but just down the hill is where that our goal number 4 is, about raising funds for the advertisement, the billboards on I-15. But that's Lone Peak right there. When we started to place in Draper, which is right over here. Went up the side of it, camped one night, and then got back up, and then did the rest to the top. So that hike was an important moment in my life. I realized, and everything that you were doing, like you were gearing up to go onto this pilgrimage, this setting up the rest of your life, doing hard things for your career. It wasn't shortly after that I started working on Common Creatives, and a lot of my thoughts were like, I need to go after hard things. I need to do hard things. And for me, it wasn't going off to another state. It was nights, weekends, and holidays, writing code, designing, trying to make this social working network a reality for other people. And it's taken me 12 years. So here we are. This is why we're doing this. We're launching this. So thank you. If you're watching this, you're an amazing person. And thank you for inviting me when I was 5 to come be your friend. Thank you for being my friend through some very hard growing up years. You and your family have no idea the stability and help you gave me when my family felt like it was eroding. And just being able to be at your house after school eating graham crackers, watching cartoons, your parents being unconditional love of and accepting and being there, you being a help, and just always just being a really good friend, and you still are. So if you're watching this, I wanted to give you a call out. You have and continue to shape my mindset of what it means to be a true friend, and how to do hard things, how to go after things that are important to you, that are a benefit and a blessing to you and those around you. And I think of you and your example all the time. So if you're watching this, thank you. You're awesome. The other friend, I'm going to mention him just because he may be watching this too. Mark Nilsson. Mark, I know I just talked a lot about Darren. There's no way to say that you are any less. You have always been an amazing friend. During my teenage years, especially. So in my teenage years, as I mentioned, we moved to Riverton. Riverton is about 30 minutes from Sandy. It's on the other side of the valley, on the west side. And we moved out there when I was, as I mentioned, probably 5th, 6th grade, and spent some years out there as my mother was working to build a daycare business. And you and your family were always so welcoming. Uh, there were many times that I would go and actually just stay in the summertime. I would, once I got my driver's license, I would drive over to Mark's house and stay at his home for weeks on end. There was one time where I think I came over just to hang out and just to be over there with Mark. And I think the plan was like a day or two. I ended up staying for like 2 weeks. So, uh, Mark Nilsson's family, thank you for letting me crash on your couch for like 2 weeks without any end in sight. And I was like, I don't know, 16 at the time. Um, so, and every day they were like, "You staying again?" And it was more like a invitation than "Are you still here?" And I can't believe that I did that, and I can't believe that they were so welcoming to do that. It was a rough time in my life. I was going through a lot of different things at that time. I mentioned my mother was going through cancer, chemo, 5% chance of living. My stepfather was in prison. Uh, a lot of heavy stuff during those years. And I think during that time I needed to just find some place to feel like home, feel like some stability, feel like something. And you guys were so welcoming and letting me just hang out with Mark. And I don't know if you knew everything that was going on during that time, but it was definitely helpful and needed. And Mark at the time had a paper route. We would wake up each morning after staying up all night, watching movies and hanging out, and we would wake up and at like 5 o'clock in the morning, 4:35, we would fold newspapers and put on a vest that held them all, and we put on some rollerblades and we would rollerblade over to his route, which was probably about 30 minutes away, and then spend the next hour and a half, 2 hours delivering newspapers. And we did that all summer. Your example, Mark, taught me to push through hard things. Doing that as a kid is tough. Anybody who ever had a paper route knows what I'm talking about. It's not the hardest thing in the world, but for those who are that age and figuring out responsibility and having other people rely on you, it teaches you things. And so I wouldn't have learned about waking up early and going after your goals, which I'm doing right now, without that example. And you did that for many years, and it was good. For those who are like, "What's a paper route?" um, Paper route is before really the internet. It's how people got news. It was just a way to deliver paper. You give it articles, news articles, and oftentimes they had young people, teenagers, who would go around a neighborhood and deliver a paper on the doorstep. So you inspired me. That experience inspired me to get my own paper route in my own neighborhood, and I did that for a little bit of time. I didn't stick with it as long as you did, so I didn't learn that lesson fully. So not until now. So yeah, did a paper route, and Mark, your example of getting up every day. I think it's consistency as well. Like I learned during that with him for that period of time. It was like every day you had to push through the like, oh, this is really crappy waking up and going and delivering these newspapers and the monotony. Like at first it's exciting, right? Like the first like day or two, you're like, this is fun, this is cool. And then like you hit week or day 3, 4, 5, 6, and you're like, this is the same thing over and over. And every day I had to push through the sleepiness to go and do it. And that has shaped a lot of this for me. Getting up every day, pushing through the monotony, pushing through hard things, the consistency to keep working on things that you feel like you want to do but need to do as well. So that lesson hasn't been lost on me and has carried me through a lot of what I've had to apply in this. So thank you, Mark. Thank you to your family. Being there as a drifting teenager, I could have gone a lot of different directions during those years. And you guys were an anchor and a stable place for me to rest for a while as I went through a lot of personal challenges that hard to deal with at the time, still are. So thank you. You guys are awesome. It was good to see you, Mark, on Sunday. I'm glad that you made it there. And good to catch up with you there. All right, guys, I am going to start heading back to the home. I still got some while, but I'll keep talking here for a bit. Let's see. The third individual. This individual has probably had the most influence on my outlook in life than anybody combined. And is actually a family member. And his name is Joe Newman. So Joe, if you're watching this, I wanted to make mention of you because you have been so inspirational to me and your outlook on life is amazing. Real quick background for those who don't know Joe. Joe, if you're watching this, you know who you are. But Joe Newman is my cousin. He is 4, maybe 5 years older than I am. And Joe's family is my cousin. He lived in Sandy, Utah. He grew up there. His family grew up there. The whole family, the Newman family, is amazing. The Gene Newman family, which is his father, they were always so welcoming to us, especially those hard years as my mother went through a divorce. Thanksgivings, Christmas events, just different holidays throughout the year. We very often, would be over at their place, especially again those early years as my mother was navigating being a single mom of 6 kids. And they were always so welcoming and made sure that we kids and my mother were taken care of, especially during the holidays. And as a kid, you don't really pick up on that. You just think you're going to go see your cousins for fun. And the reality that as you get an adult, you realize that they were just being Christ-like and making sure that my mother was okay, making sure that my family was okay, although we were going through hard things. And their example of giving to others and looking for those who are in need and seeing beyond their own wants and desires and pushing for and making room for those who stand in need. And you guys did that consistently for years. And every time we came to your home, we were there often. we were there often. And you just made space. And you were never judgmental. and he just loved. And all of those traits I see in your son, Joe. Joe, I was the closest to. They had a good number of kids in their family as well. Joe is the one I was closest to. He was the one that we would always play and have sleepovers with, and just hang out together as we got to get our families together. To you, Joe, I probably seemed like the little brother that maybe you never had, but I saw you as maybe like an older brother. We're good friends growing up. But all of that is to say that the personality of Joe, if you know Joe, this won't be any surprise to anybody, but for those who don't, Joe has the most positive attitude I've ever met from anybody. Like, he's the type of person that you can come to him and be like, Joe, there was a flood. Your house got flooded and got washed away in a river. It's gone. All of your stuff is gone. It's just gone. And he would be like, all right, well, that doesn't sound awesome, but at least I can find a new place and we can have a new adventure. Like, he can just flip into the positive of like every situation. And I've seen him do this multiple times. He was an entrepreneur, still is, trying to do businesses as a young father. He had a media company for many years while raising a small family. And it was his positive attitude that I saw over and over again. Not just when he was a young father starting out, but growing up. He's a type of person that can take one on the chin and just keep going. And it's because of his positive attitude that he's just like, he doesn't dwell on stuff that's like tough or crappy. He just has a way of saying, that happened. That's not awesome. All right, what's next? And he's just always been that way. He did wrestling in high school. I think you need to have a bit of that mentality. Maybe that's where he honed it in even more. His whole family has been that way. Honestly, his parents were entrepreneurs as well, running a successful business, but I'm sure full of challenges. And I'm sure he picked up a lot of those traits growing up in a home like that because his whole family was like that. So, Joe, if you're watching this, thanks for joining the other 5 people. Your example, I don't want to talk with you much these days. Tell you here, your example has been amazing to me, and it's helped me through all of these things that I'm trying to accomplish in my life. And thank you. And you got an awesome example. You're an awesome example of resiliency and positivity. And I've learned that that's infectious. It's infectious to other people when you're like that. Infectious in a good way, right? Like, when you're like that, you attract other people. It's like a beacon. People like just are naturally drawn to you and naturally drawn to that positivity. And it's a powerful force. And it's hard to cultivate. It's hard to hold on to that. And you just have an ability to do it. I don't know if you maybe always feel that way, but I observe in you all the time. And it's been a huge example to me to when crappy things are happening, to just be like a duck and let it roll off your back and be like, okay, cool. Well, at least this is happening and this is really good. So, you're awesome, man. Thanks for being that example to me. It's carried me through a lot of hard things and continues to help me through this hard thing of trying to launch a business. So Thank you. You're awesome. All right. I'm on my way back. It's now about 7:40. I got a little time to get back and get cleaned up for the 9 to 5. Hit that. I mentioned earlier, it's a big day. This is a presentation day for a potential new 9 to 5. I'm only mentioning all of these because the reality is I still have to put food on the table. I still have to make sure my family is taken care of. I got 5 kids, a loving wife, and I want to make sure that they are taken care of as I'm trying to accomplish these hard goals in my life. And so this potential new 9 to 5 is a good opportunity. I'm exploring that. There's no real reason why I need to make a change. Other than I've just been at the place where I'm at for 7 years, and feeling like I'm ready to make a change there. And so, morning. So, yeah, I no real change that I need to make for that, other than just feeling like my goals are still sitting there, and I want to accomplish them. And been at this last place for 7 years. It's been a great 7 years, and considering a newer opportunity for the 9 to 5 that could be a bit more of a blessing for our family. So just exploring that. So today is I've gone 5 rounds with them in interviews. It's progressing. It looks like it's positive. This last one is to talk through this design challenge that I did for them, and why I made it the way I did. And we'll see. We'll see if this is the right thing to do. Figure that out. If it happens, I'm still 100% gung-ho on this. Just be working like I have been on nights, weekends, and holidays. Trying to get these videos all put together. I want to have 4 videos ready to go on the YouTube channel before we launch this. So week 4 we'll be getting these. So the rest of this week is going to be getting these videos from week 1 up to week 3 put together, and getting them edited. I mentioned there's going to be very small edits, if any. It's mostly bringing it into a video editor, publish it for the internet, for YouTube, getting a name and a description on there, posting it out. And so the goal for the launch of all of this is to have 4 videos for 4 weeks. And part of that launch is the email campaign that will go out to my current audience of about 450 people, and posting it on my social networks. We've got LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, all those accounts that I showed you in an earlier video. I'm just going to put a message on there inviting people to check this out. Come along for the journey. So, week 4, end of the rest of this week and into week 4 is going to be in preparation of the launch of all this, getting videos compiled and email campaigns coded, ready to go out. I'll take you on the journey for that. So stay tuned, see what that looks like. And yeah, so like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Tag people in the comments down below, any entrepreneur that you know, or freelancer, or person who's thinking about freelancing, or anybody who's like, this is just interesting, you may want to watch this, you may want to come along for this journey, what this really looks like. Like, comment, and subscribe. The 4 goals again that we got: we want 1,000 members on Common Creatives, the social working network for designers, developers, and creative pros. I just expanded the capability to include AI specialists. So if you're branching into that for your career, go register on there. Start letting people know you are open for business. So 1,000 members on Common Creatives. Second goal, 500 items sold on the Common Creatives store. So if you haven't already, go check out shop.commoncreatives.com. Both these links, all these links will be in the comments down below. Go check out some of the merch. Get yourself a iFreelance t-shirt. There's other ones besides this. This was the first one I created. There's other fun ones for different industries, right? If you're a developer, an iOS developer, an Android developer, if you're a designer, so go check them out. All different types. We also included the women's line, so there's now some clothing that's more suited for what women like. And if you have ideas, if you go to the shop and you're like, hey, it'd be really cool to have this type of t-shirt, put it in the comments. I'm going to be using the comments in YouTube to refine the business, refine the merchandise I'm providing. So if you've got other ideas in any of this, throw a comment down below. I will read them. And I'm going to use that as my form of how to make the business better. I believe in listening to customer and listen to what we're doing well and what we're not doing well and refining from there. So if you've got any ideas on this, on the social working network, if there's bugs, if there's things that you want to see differently, if you want to see, you've got ideas for the merch that you would want to see on the store, throw it in the comments down below. I will read them. Let's see. Other goal. So goal number 3 is to get 100 job board postings from businesses on the freelance job board. It's free for a limited time. So if you're any businesses that you are needing help, you need creative pros, you need developers, you need AI specialists. Previous videos I mentioned that I cleaned them all out, so it's a fresh start. There were old ones in there from a year or two ago. Those have all expired, and so this is actually a great opportunity for you as a business to be the first there. There's not a lot of competition in there for getting yourself seen. So as you mentioned, as I showed in an earlier post or just yesterday, that form's all ready to go. Put in your details and we'll get you set up. We'll get you on the job board. It's free for a limited time, and we'll get your opportunity out there. Part of that is it's going to be exposed to all of the Common Creative members. So you get that. Other things we've done in the past is we've sent out opportunities through our social network channels. So the people that are following us there, we'll get you exposure through those channels as well. All of that is free for right now. That won't always be the case. We're going to be changing that in the near future, but to get all of this off the ground and going, we are just interested in getting opportunities lined up. We want people to be found and to be found for freelance work. So if you're a business owner and you're watching this, or someone tagged you to watch this, head on over to the About section on commoncreatives.com. Again, the link down below. And fill out that simple form. Give us the details you need. That form's going to go directly to me. I'm going to get it to make sure we have all the details correct. We'll get it posted on the site, and it will be there until we get you the resources you need. So if you are a freelancer and you're looking for opportunities, stay tuned to that job board posting area. As you start seeing these populate, you can then start messaging the business owners, start making those connections. Let's see, the last goal, number 4, is the fun one. They're all fun. I'm raising funds. This is where I could use your help. Posted in an earlier video. We are starting with a goose egg, 0. But only way to go is up. So I'm raising funds to rent out a billboard advertisement at the point of the mountain in Salt Lake City, Utah. The point, again, is a location where you drive on a main highway called I-15 that goes from north to south, and it's the main way everybody travels going from Salt Lake down to Provo into Salt Lake. It's a major tech hub for a lot of businesses that are in the tech industry. A lot of people who work in tech live and work in that area, and so I want to place this advertisement for our tech community right there at the heart and have it be seen right there for all the people traveling through that area. So help me get there. Upcoming videos, I'm going to be looking into what the cost is going to be for the week of July 4th, 2026, a year from now. So stay tuned for the actual dollar amount. That's what I need to figure out to raise. I need to make the connections of who I need to talk to get that specific location. And I could use your help getting there. So head on over to the About section. There's a donate with PayPal. I'm working on Venmo. Right now it's PayPal. Make a donation. Anything will help. And make a donation today to start raising those funds. And we're going to make that goal happen. So excited for that one. That's coming up. So, all right, guys, I'm almost back to the ranch. It's time for me to get ready for the day, get ready for this big presentation. Had a great walk. Thanks for joining me today. And we'll see you next time.